Good evening. My name is Kevin Keys, and I am president of the class of 2020. I would like to thank all of the family and friends for tuning in to this very significant event. I would like to say thank you to my family, friends, and mentors. You truly made my high school career better. I would like to say thank you to my principal, Ms. Carissa Peterson, my GAF teachers, my band directors, former superintendent, Dr. Davita Colbert. You all genuinely made a difference in my life. During this unprecedented time, I would like to use this platform to bring attention to a few things. I would first like to start off by saying congratulations to each and every one of you. You truly have earned this. This is still a milestone in your life, and you genuinely deserve to celebrate it. When I became president, I took this job personally because when I see this class, I see the next doctors, lawyers, architects, NFL stars, and so much more. To every senior in our class, I am so proud of you all. I love how we all came together to overcome adversity in many situations. Keep that bond after high school. We must stay unified. As the class of 2020, we must make sure that Cameron's name lives on forever. He played a huge part in several of our lives, and we will never forget him. We can't keep losing our people to violence. We must do better. There are too many Oak Park alumni that are no longer with us. We cannot make this normal. During this historic time, and I say historic because we are in a new wave of the civil rights movement, I would like to say to everyone at home that we have so much more work that we need to do. We cannot stop now. We must make sure that we make a change. I will never stop protesting, speaking out, and educating others because we must educate each other. We cannot conform to what shouldn't be normal. This is not a wave that lasts a few months. We have to keep going. Trayvon Martin, Eric Gardner, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, George Floyd, Mike Brown, Sandra Bland, Ayanna Monet Stanley Jones would have been 18 July 20th. This was her senior year too, so congratulations to you. Say their names. We cannot stop now. This is not a moment, this is a movement. Voting is truly important. We cannot stay quiet any longer. I will help anyone register to vote. Just contact me. Stay focused as you move on to the next chapter. Always remember, only you determine your future. I will leave you with this poem. Graduation day is finally here, and so now ends your high school career. Always remember the friends you hold dear and look toward your future without any fear. This is the day you've been preparing for since the day you walked through that first classroom door. Now it's time to say goodbye and spread your wings. You're ready to fly. So shed a tear and share a smile, and be sure to remember all the while that although you may be time to move on, today's memory will last whole life long. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Greetings, Oak Park families, students, our esteemed Board of Education, central office staff, and every staff member at Oak Park High School and the Oak Park School District. Welcome to the class of 2020 virtual graduation ceremony. One thing that became abundantly clear during the 2019 and 2020 school year is that you can never predict what is going to happen. Despite careful planning, sometimes things happen that you just never saw coming. Things happen that you did not even think were possible. It reminds me a lot of this moment in all of your lives right now. You have been planning for this day, the day that you graduate from high school, for so long. You may have had vague or loose plans, or you may have planned everything down to the tiniest little detail. Either way, you did have a plan. You had plans for March, April, May, and June. But once we had to close our doors in March, all of those plans changed. We did not have a lot of time to edit or revise our plans, which caused a lot of emotions in all of us. Honestly, this has been so hard. And honestly, this is exactly how life is. A lot of you have experienced big changes in your lives already. It may have been the loss of somebody who you hold very dear to you. Maybe you had to move schools, move states, and that was not in your original plan. Maybe you experienced an injury that you obviously did not plan for that derailed your plans. You could crawl into bed, pull the covers up over your head, and stay there for an indefinite amount of time. Or you could evaluate the situation when things don't go right, weigh your options, and keep moving toward your new reality and create a new plan. The fact is, it is okay to crawl into bed and pull those covers up over your head, but you cannot stay there. You cannot live there. You must keep moving forward and live into your new plan. There are always going to be disruptions in your life. Always. Hopefully, none of them are ever as large as a global pandemic again. But between a small disruption or even a large disruption, they can feel like the end of the world at the time. But they are not. There can always and always should be a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and I think also a plan D. And it is essential that you have a backup plan at all times because things might not go right the first time. And remember, it is not an option to crawl into bed and hide. It's okay for a day or maybe two, but after that, you must crawl out of your bed, out of your bedroom, out of your house, and back into the world. You must decide your next course of action and what your next plan will be. Maybe the school you were planning on attending in the fall is only holding virtual classes. That's okay. You're still going to be a freshman in college. Maybe the on-site job training that you were going to participate in this summer is going to be postponed until the fall. Again, that is okay. It gives you more time to study up and make sure that you are truly prepared for that and can be at the top of your class when that occurs. I can tell you, again, that is okay. What is not okay is throwing your hands in the air and quitting. There are a lot of cliche phrases that may cause you to roll your eyes. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Everything happens for a reason. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Look at the glass as half full and not half empty. You may laugh and roll your eyes, but they are true. Life is hard, and it rarely goes as planned. Life is hard, but you are strong. You are unbreakable. You will not let something minor set you back. And when something major happens, you will now be prepared for it. You will straighten your back, and you will face it head on. You may be sad, angry, frustrated, anxious, but you need to remember these do not always have to be negative emotions. Let your emotions fuel you to positivity and toward action. Again, it is okay to hide in your bed for one day, but after that, you have to get up. And finally, keep your tribe close to you so that when you need them, they have your back. Your Oak Park family will always be a part of your tribe. We will always have your back, advocate for you, cheer you on, and if you need us to, we will come drag you out of your bed. There are truly not enough words to let you all know how proud of you I am. You are a phenomenal group of young adults who had to go through so much during this school year, but you did it. You made it, and you survived. Do not let anything or anybody ever hold you back or make you feel that you cannot accomplish what you set out to do. Demolish any obstacle put in your path. Do not just go over or around it, demolish it. Do not let somebody tell you ever that you cannot do something. You are all poised for greatness, and absolutely nothing can hold you back. Congratulations on this graduation, class of 2020.
It is an honor and pleasure to have an opportunity to speak at my first graduation ceremony as superintendent of Oak Park Schools. This year has undoubtedly been challenging for your class. You have suffered the tragic loss of a classmate, abruptly ended the school year without semblance of a traditional prom or commencement ceremony, and we are experiencing international unrest due to the senseless loss of countless African Americans. We have endured incredible tragedies and unbelievable challenges this school year. One that hits so close to home for all of us is the loss of Cameron Moore. I know those of you who hold Cameron so deeply in your hearts will ensure that you live a life that embodies his spirit. Carry around with you his gifts of kindness, empathy, and the way he was a true friend that touched so many of you. Exemplifying all of Cameron's amazing qualities is the best way to honor his legacy. This year has forced us all to face a global pandemic. Through the crisis, we have become more aware of our vulnerabilities as a society and of our interconnectedness with those that we love and care about. This awareness has motivated people around the world to stand up and let their voices be heard to challenge injustice. The year 2020 has been one in modern history that will never be forgotten. You, the graduating class of 2020, are the trailblazers of these extraordinary times. Each of you is uniquely gifted, talented, and equipped to face whatever challenges are in the next chapters of your lives to come. Every difficulty you have faced has positioned you to be adaptable, resourceful, and strong. It is no surprise that your class has been able to reach this accomplishment during these times because your generation is all about revolution and change. After all, you were the first to have smartphones, social media, and so many other technological innovations. And even more importantly, your generation has been the driving force behind the movement for equity and a more just society for all. Gandhi once said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." I have hope, class of 2020. I have hope because I have seen that you are the change that we need in the world. The experiences that you have had this year have made you uniquely prepared to face the future because you have the tools to overcome adversity. I couldn't be prouder of all of you, your teachers, coaches, and parents for supporting you along the way. Congratulations, class of 2020. Go out there and do great things.
Hello and congratulations to the 2020 graduating class of Oak Park High School. My name is Greg Carter, Athletic Director and Varsity Football Coach. It gives me great pleasure to have this opportunity to speak with you today. I've had the pleasure of working with high school students and student athletes for many years. Over those years, I've noticed some interesting similarities in the former students that will come back to visit. Some were having success after high school, and some were having difficulties adjusting to our ever-changing world. It was interesting to see that not all of the students who struggled in high school were still struggling, and that was great to see. It was also interesting to see that not all of the students who were great students and received honors and accolades were still successful, and I wanted to know why. My message to all of you today is that you must develop a plan and prepare that plan to be successful. If it's going to college, developing a trade, or jumping right into the workforce, a plan is needed. That plan must be one that you can adjust. In college, I majored in accounting, but I dreamed of being a Major League Baseball player. My plan was to be able to manage my money. Unfortunately, my plans of being a major leaguer didn't materialize. Although I played professionally with the Tigers, I didn't reach my ultimate goal. But from all failed plans, you must take something away from that experience. What that experience gave me was a work ethic that is unmatched. I learned how to make myself valuable to a business or an organization. I learned that making and having a great attitude was vital. I learned that I would have to be patient and be a willing learner and be a great teammate in the workplace and be able to work with people who at times could be very difficult to deal with. I realized that because that plan didn't work, didn't make me a failure, and that other people are sometimes in charge of your destiny. Just realize that you can make it. Be patient, be persistent, understand that all things are possible. Know that where there's a will, there is a way. Developing that competitive spirit is something that you must do. Whether you underachieve early in life doesn't define you. Because you are successful doesn't mean it will be easy. Be ready to pull up your sleeves and go to work. Make adjustments, develop a new plan. But class of 2020, you must make it work. There are no other options. Come back and see the wonderful leaders in this building. We would love to help you develop another plan if need be. We're in this business of serving for a reason. We are so proud to have been part of your life. We love each and every one of you. Aspire to be great. Stay Oak Park strong.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matthew Irvine, your Oak Park Class of 2020 Salutatorian. I know this day isn't what we envisioned, but still, here we are. I just wanted to say that I had a lot of fun during high school. I met a lot of great people and created strong bonds with a few of them, and I intend to keep these people within my circle for a very long time. There are two separate groups that I communicate with every day in group chats. The Oak Park Technicians is a chat that was formed by one of my friends, Tio, for him, Kenny, and I to communicate every day. The name of the chat was chosen because we all transferred from the same high school, Cass Tech. The other chat I am in is called the No Dads, and that's an inside joke. They all know who they are. One of the people in this chat name is Jada, and I consider him a brother just like everyone else I'm close to. The reason I brought him up is because when I first decided to come back to Oak Park, he was the first person I told, and surprisingly, he was the first person I saw when I returned. We argue a lot about who's better between Michael Jordan and LeBron James, but I know deep down inside that he knows Jordan is better. Everything I've done was to prepare for the future. I have had great teachers, an outstanding counselor, and mentors to help put me in a position to succeed in college and beyond. Through my years at home, I have had many people to look up to, including my parents and my big brother, Michael. They have supported every decision that I have made, such as coming back to Oak Park and attending the college that I'm going to, Oakland University. There are many others in my family that I definitely look up to. Certain people I consider brothers and sisters rather than cousins. Uncles and aunties too. But I be talking all day mentioning every last one. To conclude this, I am proud of every last senior in my class. We all have been through a lot, and we all lost a dear friend this year, followed by the coronavirus that really threatened our graduation. I know that we will encounter many difficulties in life, but always remember that we will always have each other's backs.
Hey, before I start this speech, I just want to address some basic things. So, as you probably already know, I'm the class valedictorian of 2020. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Who is this guy? I've never heard him speak or seen him anywhere. And I guess that's fair considering I've never been a social person throughout my entire school career. To sum it up, I'm that guy you see in the back of the lunchroom eating pizza or something. I'm just messing around. My name's Athir, and there's a bit more to me than that. Another thing I wanted to address was the salutatorian, Matthew Irvine. I just wanted to say that he did amazing in our battle for first place. We pushed each other to our limits, and I doubt we would have grown at the same pace if we hadn't. Finally, I wanted to thank all the teachers. You've all been great, and I was lucky to have all of you. Now, on with the speech. A big misconception about valedictorians is that they are born smart. But I'm really no different than anyone else that I struggle, seek help, and even occasionally fail in certain aspects of life. So I don't want anyone to look at something they want and say, I could never achieve this or that because of this setback or that setback. What makes a valedictorian or salutatorian is that they are just pure grinders. They focus on what needs to be done and do it, no questions asked. This might be cheesy, but I do believe that anyone can achieve almost anything they want. Focus on a goal and stick to it. Moving on from that cheese, a lot of people seem to think that I love school. But to that I'd say, no. Just no. Overall, I am not a school person, but you won't always enjoy what you have to do to succeed. Most of the time I'm in school, I'd rather be playing video games or sleeping. However, school is obviously a very important aspect of life, and I'm sure everyone agrees that it isn't all bad. I've made some great memories and friends over my school year. Just to go over one of those great memories, I remember friends constantly roasting each other over video game skill. Those were good times. Even I wasn't safe despite being the undoubted best. I can say that if I had the choice, I would not redo anything at all. My choices over my school year have made me who I am, and I love who I am. It's still pretty crazy to me that I'm finally graduating. It feels like I've been here forever, but at the same time, it feels like the years flew by. That probably doesn't make any sense. Anyway, to wrap this up, I just want to say thank you to all those who have helped me throughout my years. Thank you to those who have always stayed by me when I needed it most, and thank you to those who never doubted me. Thank you.